Focus. Yes, that's the reason now why, I come at you guys the way I do is because I see many of you are on many of you they want to talk about secular issues. Secular, you want to go secular back and forth with this and secular back and forth with that, So, let go. But, you're all human. But see, those of us that are in ministry, honestly, it's about epistling. So if you're epistling, what's your true epistle about? Speak your epistle the way it's supposed to be spoken. Then move on and, continue to speak the epistle the way God imparts it upon you. So that's the point. Because see, carnality, if you want to be carnal, you know what, maybe ask God, can you get a motivational speaker job on the side, and then maybe you can do carnality. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic or be funny. That's just a true tip. Focus, because when you play with God's prophecies or proclaim God's prophecies, it becomes entertainment. And it's like you can't make up your mind with what prophecy you're speaking. Hence the saying, this is not for everyone. Right, which can be true sometimes. But speak prophecies that you speak because the Most High puts it upon you to speak it. You don't want to be just, lollygagging with prophecies. Because lollygagging with prophecies get many caught out there. They don't got to be named because they get caught out there. See, and that's the thing about social media. They get so caught up, some people get so caught up in, being flying monkeys by default and playing the narc role by default because of psychology and, being, witchy of the craft, crafts that know how to play the witch role without saying that they're a witch or a warlock. They not do that so well that they forget all the false prophecies that people be saying, all the false predictions that people be saying and everything else. They tend to forget. So this is to somebody, as they say, and this goes to the false prophets that got the wishy-washy, lollygaggy false prophecy. Today you're gourmet. Oh, tomorrow you're ghetto trash. Today you're a Lexus. Oh, tomorrow you're a Hyundai. Which none of that really matters. What you are. And see, focus, that was just an example that I was using. But what I'm saying is, get your prophecies correct. And you don't get your prophecies correct if they're through God. And unless you're just a prophet minus God, then that's something totally different. Right? That's something different. So you got people out here that use methods, and then they go into their so-called prophecies or their so-called practicality. And like I said before, right, if you're gonna use practicality too, many people probably don't like me saying this, but that's still practicality. Trying to work against the hand of God, it's that's abomination in my eyes, the way I look at it. Because why would you try to work against the hand of God just to show your facts? And like I said, if you want to show facts and if you want to do this and do that, then why don't you rent a little hall so you can do that? Think about it. Just be true to yourself, as a person. Then you can be true to everybody else, and then of course you love God first. Then you can love everybody else because you're loving God first. Through God's love. So all the prophecies and everything will be through God because you're not trying to sidestep Him just to give your opinion, just to give your feeling, just to give your emotion. What's up, my brother? Okay, brother, how you? Good? All right. Just your emotion, So, hold to God more so that, you won't have such lollygag, twisted prophecies and twisted this and twisted that, and twisted predictions. Don't try to predict unless God really puts it upon your heart. Even if you hear something and you like how it sounds or whatever, if God puts it upon your heart to speak, and the Holy Spirit, gives you impartation to speak, but speak what must be spoken. Don't speak what you're feeling. Because some people speak what they're feeling, they don't speak with the actual emotion what God is saying. They really don't. So that's what has to be Well, you know, that has to be practiced, because I mean, you have to, in order to follow God, you have to follow God. You understand, right? So just like many like to say religious, right? That's nothing but a religious spirit speaking upon oneself, speaking what one think because they hear what someone else says. Don't hear what the next brother or sister say, then give a prophetic thing, and don't listen to something from the past of them. Give real prophecy, because prophecy is what you give. Don't try to give the character of the person, because that's not giving God's prophecy. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? That's not giving God's prophecy. That's trying to predict a character. That's something different. That's feelings, that's emotions, that's conscious, that's practicality of what you saw. That has nothing to do with the Most High. You know you be lying on the Most High. Stop lying on the Most High. Follow God. Go with what He really says, and stop trying to figure out everybody's life when you don't have your own figured out. And figure your own life out through God. Focus. That's what focus means. I say focus on God. Focus. You're not focused. Because if you want to focus on this, you want to focus on it, but you know what? Your focus is not getting you nowhere now, is it? Tell me where's your focus getting you? You're not right. Your focus is not getting you the success that you're looking for, because what you're looking for is not what God is telling you to do. No matter what you try to say, no matter what you try to do, what you're trying to do, focus, is not what God is telling you to do. So that's why you're having no success with that focus now, are you? You're stuck with that focus, aren't you? Bunch of flying monkeys, stuck, ain't you? Stuck. Now, if you're true flying monkeys, you'll stay stuck and stay doing what you're doing. But those of you that's flying monkeys by default, find God and focus on the Most High. God, He doesn't, right? God doesn't aid flying monkeys, especially ones that get nowhere. See, like I say, when God can use anybody, God uses people. The ones He uses always become successful with what they're doing, whether He uses somebody good or bad. They become successful with what they're doing. They don't become stuck in a wall and doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Now, do they? That's the point. So you can use any of your skills for why you're doing what you do, but I can tell you like that, God got you stuck, right? Well, then that's the point. Well, maybe instead of trying to be a predictor, trying to be a prophet on your very own, using your feelings, your emotions, and your conscience. And if you allow God to use your feelings, your emotions, your conscience, and allow the Spirit within you, and allow yourself to be counseled the right way by the Holy Ruach, then maybe, just maybe, what you say can get you out that rut. Because no matter who you think you got in a rut, or who you think you're saying things to, or who you believe, right, my brother, yes, bless. No matter who you think you're saying things to, or no matter who you think you're getting through to, or no matter who you think you're harassing or whatever, remember, you're the one showing your interest. So you're the one that's stuck. Always remember that. You're the one that's stuck in that rut. And it's not good to be in the rut. So let go of the rut and get in the race and follow Christ. Because as long as you're in a rut, Satan got you where he wants you. And that's real. And I can say that, see, I'm not stuck in a rut. That's the point. And I thank God I'm not. But that's the point. So get out of that rut. Focus on the Most High God. And say, rut, get off me in Jesus' name. You don't got to hold on me. And ask God for real prophecy. Focus. Peace.